Hello Nigeria, and thanks for joining us on Newsline tonight. I'm Elizabeth Omori, and I promise you the next hour and a half will worth the while. But we will begin with the news of the day. And not to worry, Jennifer will be around after the news segment. Now we begin with a cherry news. President Bola Tinubu congratulates Nigerian-born professor of pharmaceutical nanoscience and top-flight researcher Ijoma Uchegbu on her election as president of Wilson College, one of the colleges of the University of Cambridge. Professor Uchegbu, renowned for her innovative work in nanoparticle drug delivery, is currently a professor of pharmaceutical nanoscience at the University College London. President Tinubu celebrates her outstanding achievements and commends her for being an excellent ambassador of the country, epitomizing the ingenuity, brilliance and hard work synonymous with great Nigerian people. President Tinubu assures Nigerians in the diaspora that his administration remains committed to building a robust interface mechanism to harness ideas, promote investment opportunities and strengthen bonds in line with his 4D foreign policy. Similarly, Abike Dabiri-Erewa, Chairman, CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, rejoices with Professor Ijoma Uchegbu, describing her appointment as well-deserved. She says the appointment of Professor Uchegbu did not come to her as a surprise, knowing her pedigree in the field of research and knowledge. She will succeed the current president, Professor Jane Clark, on October 1, 2024. To other news, cheers to another trip around the sun by former President Muhammadu Buhari, who clocked 81 today. It is indeed an opportunity to be celebrated with gratitude to God. The former president's birthday brought together Nigerians from across the country who applauded his legacies. Hussein Sulaiman reports. Subsequently, his acolytes under the aegis of Buharists have extolled the ex-president's sterling qualities, especially his pro-people agenda and his Spartan lifestyle. The Buharists, through the former Director General, Voice of Nigeria, Osita Okechukwu, wish former President Muhammadu Buhari healthy and fruitful years ahead as he commends his doggedness and leadership style. Meanwhile, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, the former governor of Ekiti State, also extends heartfelt birthday wishes to the immediate past president of Nigeria on his 81st birthday. Dr. Fayemi commends former President Buhari's leadership style in the service of Nigeria and the Nigerian people, acknowledging that he did his best to improve the lives of Nigerians during his 2 terms as president. To another cherry news, functional education is the greatest weapon in the fight against terrorism. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu stated this while presenting a scholarship grant to 1 million naira each to 5 kidnapped students of Federal University of Dutsima, Katsina State after their rescue. Status correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
The well-being of Safiya Isa, Hasiya Abubakar, Ramat Adamu, Fatima Bilu and Fatima Muhammad became a subject of national concern following their abduction from their students' private lodge at Dutsima area of Katsina State on October 4 this year. After about 70 days in captivity, efforts of the intelligence community, coordinated by the Office of the National Security Advisor, led to their rescue, much to the delight of their parents and other Nigerians. While it lasted, the thought of the ordeal was not far from the mind of Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, who was happy to receive them in her office. Accompanied by some of their parents, they were led to the villa by a representative of the National Security Advisor, Brigadier General Olutayo Adesui.
For the First Lady to meet them and also speak to them and let them know that the Federal Republic of Nigeria is in support of their education and everything that has to do with their welfare.
Joining their parents and the academic community to welcome them back, the First Lady says rather than discourage them, their ordeal should strengthen their passion for education.
Already, I have been briefed on the courage you have shown so far, and I encourage you to turn this episode in your lives into a story of triumph. By ensuring that you continue to learn, you can rewrite the story of your individual lives and your communities and join in the fight against terrorism.
To demonstrate our commitment and that of our pet project, Renewed Hope Initiative, to their education, the First Lady presented ladies with scholarship grant of 1 million naira and a laptop each.
Not only that, the government is giving your parents 2 million each, for all they've been through, and also the VC a sum of 1 million.
With a scholarship grant in hand and a laptop to boot, the freed students and their family can now turn their back on the ugly episode and look forward to a brighter future.
All thanks to the First Lady, the mother of the nation. We really, really appreciate her effort. We will never forget this in our life. Education is the best, and we must proceed our education.
We are grateful. May Allah keep protecting them.
And we also appreciate the NSA for an excellent job. We pray that may Allah continue to bless them.
The scholarship grants to the students bring to 47 the total number of beneficiaries in the National Scholarship Program of the Renewed Hope Initiative. In the State House, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
To regional peace, Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tugar has led a delegation to the 10th high-level seminar on Africa's peace and security in Oran, Algeria. The minister in a statement says this year's seminar will focus on the theme, celebrating 70 years of progress and cooperation, a decade of transformation and innovation reaching new heights together. It will be an avenue to ensure that newly elected African members that assumed their seats fully understand Africa's peace and security contexts, as well as Africa's positions on Afrocentric issues. Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the 15 member states of the AU Peace and Security Council are expected to attend. Gabon will not be participating. Meanwhile, the Minister of State for Defense, Mohammed Bello, says the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, will explore technologies with NINI of the U.S. in fighting terrorism. In a statement, the minister notes that the collaboration is centered on establishing assembling plants for the production of advanced military equipment to fight insecurity in Nigeria. The minister, on a working visit to the U.S., had a tour of the NINI company towards promoting innovative technologies to enhance Nigeria's military efficiency. The minister also met with U.S. Congresswoman Betty McCollum to strengthen military bilateral relations with the U.S. to further enhance the fight against terrorism and other organized and sundry crimes in Nigeria. In another development, the permanent secretary of the ministry, Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, at the NMA NEC meeting, appealed to doctors and other health practitioners not to leave Nigeria but stay to carry out their professional responsibilities, adding that the federal government is committed to repositioning the health sector. In another development, the Nigerian Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress have described as fake reports on some social media platforms purportedly signed by General Secretaries of NLC and TUC to commence strike tomorrow, Monday, December 18, 2023, across the nation. The labour unions say the notice did not emanate from them and advised Nigerians to ignore the fake notice. The Nigerian Medical Association has given the federal government till the 31st of January 2024 to implement the upward review of consolidated medical salary structure and other demands. The president of the association stated this as part of a communique reached at the end of its National Executive Council meeting. Haman Jabani was there.
National Executive Council of the Association approved the 10-point resolution, which includes commiserating with the people of Tudumbiri over the military drone misfire and that the government should compensate the victims, and the communique also called on federal government to stem the slide of Naira, which has negative consequences on the prices of medication, which has led to more hardship on the citizens, thereby making access to universal health coverage more difficult, and imperative to reduce pocket expenditure for health care.
NEC noted the progressive exit of international pharmaceutical companies and other companies from Nigeria, which has become very worrisome, and it portends danger for the future of our healthcare and our economy.
The body noted that the directive from the federal government for all cases of medical emergencies be treated in private and public hospitals, but the question is who is paying for these emergencies. On the directive from the Inspector General of Police for the treatment of gunshot wound patients without police reports, the doctors assured that they are ready to comply, but hope the policemen will obey the IG and stop the unnecessary harassment.
NEC hereby gives federal government till 31st of January 2024 to implement the upwardly reviewed consolidated medical salary structure and also to implement the newly approved accoutrement allowance with arrears from 1st of June 2023, or NMA cannot guarantee industrial harmony in the health sector. We have been patient enough.
The body equally calls for caution on the political situation in Rivers State and assured Nigerians of better services from its members and will continue to protect the interests of Nigerian medical sectors in all ramifications. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
In our report on the former President Muhammadu Buhari's 81st birthday bash report is now ready, and we will take it.
This birthday celebration is a platform to recall the numerous meritorious services that the former President Muhammadu Buhari has provided to Nigeria.
It has been a very interesting experience, and that made me to appeal to Nigerians to think less of tribalism and religion. Who were the three Chief Justices 2003? So really let Nigerians have the courage to face their political requirements solidly and fight intellectually, for the position they wanted to. They shouldn't blame any tribalism or any religious problem.
It is a celebration that those close to the celebrant appreciated in various ways.
I mean, his looks are quite alarming in the sense that he's looking fresher, he's looking younger, he's looking more handsome, he's looking quite relaxed.
To rejoice and to look back and appreciate and indeed pray to God for his mercies.
So I think I have tremendously gained while working with him, additional experience from his own life experiences.
Of course, he's somebody that's very contented, and once you have that, contentment is very key. Once you are content, you are a contented person, so nothing will bother you.
Special prayers were offered for the celebrant to remain healthy and for Nigeria to continue to be a stable nation. From Daura, Hussein Suleiman, NTA News.
Still on celebration, it was time to unwind for families, friends and staff of Erisco Foods Limited, Nigeria's #1 indigenous tomato paste manufacturer and variety of other edible products, as they had fun at the company's end-of-the-year party and staff recognition ceremony in Lagos. 10 persons became instant millionaires as longest-serving staff, while 4 others were rewarded with cap gifts for their exceptional performances throughout the year. Diana Ajale will reel it all out.
Here, Buchi Godwin, he will be walking home with a sum of 250,000 naira for
hard work, they say, no doubt pays, as it became the turn of the company staff from across the country to become beneficiaries of cash and cars prized from the unrelenting philanthropist, Chief Eric Umofia. The joy of 2 dedicated staff knew no bound as they become unexpected car owners.
I want to say a very big thank you to our CEO and chairman, and I pray that may Almighty Allah continue to bless him, guide him, and protect him and his family.
In fact, my feeling cannot be expressed by words. I'm so happy, I'm so overwhelmed.
Call him a generous giver and a detribalized Nigerian. You will not be wrong. As President and Chief Executive Officer, Erisco Foods Limited, Eric Umofia track record has consistently distinguished himself and the company from every other consumable products manufacturers in Nigeria with his kind gestures.
Beneficiary and beyond the beneficiary. If you don't benefit now, you can benefit tomorrow. And I wish them good use of the money. I bless and most echo I bless the vehicle. In fact, I'll go there now and bless it. God will make it to be safe for them.
Managing Director, Erisco Foods Limited, Nnamdi Umofia, says the essence of the recognition is to appreciate staff by encouraging them to continue in good light towards the growth of the company.
So this is a commitment to our loyal staffs to even encourage those that are remaining with us to continue to work hard. That there's a possibility that things like this can happen. Not to say that again that we're making the most profit, but with the little we have, we're trying to give back.
Beyond being profit-oriented, President and Chief Executive Officer, Erisco Foods Limited, Chief Eric Umofia, has over the years continued to extend his goodwill to several Nigerians, irrespective of tribe, religion, and ethnicity. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
And in line with the renewed hope agenda to decongest custodial centers across the country, 9 inmates serving their various jail terms at federal custodial centers in Owerri and Okigwe have been set free following the payment of their optional jail fines by the Minister of Interior, Tunji Ojo. Kingsley Ononu has details.
It was indeed a day of joy for the freed inmates who were convicted for various crimes ranging from sodomy, child trafficking, and theft. Speaking at the event, the controller, Nigerian Correctional Service, Imo State Command, Kingsley Njoku, enjoined the freed inmates to be good citizens.
So, decided to ensure that the congestion of correctional or custodial centers in Nigeria will be reduced to meet their arrest minimum.
In addition to their release, the inmates were given unspecified amount of money by the controller of Imo State Command of Nigerian Correctional Service on behalf of the federal government for their transport fees back to their various places. One of the freed inmates, Esther Wilson, who spoke on behalf of her colleagues, vowed that they will never go back to their old ways of life.
It is not possible for us to go back to that vomit. God has sanctified us.
6 out of the 9 released inmates were serving their jail terms at the Federal Custodial Center, Owerri, while the remaining 3 were inmates of Okigwe Custodial Center. In Owerri, Kingsley Ononu, NTA News.
Now, a bit from the creative industry. In promoting the nation's arts and cultural heritage, Nigerians should not only be ambassadors but consider themselves stakeholders in promoting the identities that define the nation as a people. The message at the 4th National Theatre's Festival of Unity with the theme Boundless Opportunities held at the National Theatre, Lagos. Larry Gbelei brings us details.
Since 2020, the National Theatre's Festival of Unity has been a platform of harnessing the cultural uniqueness of Nigeria by bringing people from every part of the country to display their music and various dance steps. The event also features lectures, drama, and film shows.
We are multicultural, but there are certain commonalities that bind us together. I mean, the ways we make our drums, most of our dances, most of our songs, they are all unifying.
For management of the National Theatre, the iconic structure is a melting pot for Nigerian arts and culture, which will provide brands and generate revenue as well as engage in talent hunt.
Nigeria's creativity is conquering the world. Our vibrant cultural tapestry now adorns the global stage, a testament to the boundless possibilities.
In our new thinking is to talent hunt, to key to the creative economy, to deepen our GDP and make progress in this country.
Yes, we can go into politics and so many things could happen, but you know, after politics, what else? We need to sit together, work together, and move our country forward. And that's exactly what Festival of Unity is all about.
Leadership of the National Theatre say the platform of the Festival of Unity will be expanded through successive celebrations to encompass more cultural brands and performances not yet captured. In Lagos, Larry Bileyi, NTA News.
Thank you, Landry. Vice President Kashim Shettima sends his heartfelt condolences to the Sheikh of Borno, Alhaji Abubakar Ibn Umar Gadbai Al-Ami El-Kanemi, the government and people of the state over the passing of the Waziri of Borno, Mustafa Mokhtar. In a condolence message, the Vice President expresses sadness on the loss of a great Nigerian who worked for the nation's advancement as well as the Borno Emirates. The VP prays for the repose of the soul of the departed and fortitude for the family to bear the loss. And next is a quick look at the weather prospect for tomorrow, Monday.
Welcome to the weather forecast. Dust was raised over Chad Republic and the trajectory of doing shows that the northwest is expected to be in dust haze condition but with good visibility over most places, leaving the northeast and the north central in dry, sunny and hazy atmosphere. The southern region is expected to be in moderate dust haze condition during the morning hours. But by afternoon, we expect moisture influx that should give patches of cloud to the coastal cities. And that's where we conclude the weather forecast. I'm Sefia Senginusa. Thank you for watching.
And that ends the news segment. Newsline will continue here in Abuja after these messages. Welcome back to News Now Proper. It is not something you see every day. A professor and a lecturer in one of Nigeria's prominent universities to still operate a local roadside vocation. This is the story of Kabir Ahmed, a professor of electronics and communications at the Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. He operates a welding workshop along the street in the ancient city of Zaria. Lawat Salau Inua is ready to tell us about the 48-year-old professor.
At a distance, with just 3 uncompleted doors standing at the roadside, the workshop has no difference from other common welding workshops operating under normal circumstances. But having a clue about the founder of the welding workshop will no doubt pop a new message into your mind on how that is possible in such a situation. Kabir Ahmed, popularly known as Abu Bilal, who engaged in welding, dropped an indelible mark in the history of the business not only in Zaria but Kaduna State at large. His status as a professor of electronics and telecommunications at Ahmadu Bello University could not deprive him from joining the business and establishing the workshop along the roadside in the ancient city.
I am an engineer in the first place. Before you call me a professor, call me an engineer. And for me, engineering is to solve the practical problems of mankind using scientific knowledge. So for this, I convinced them that this is not like I'm taking myself back, but rather I am applying the knowledge I learned from the university.
As an experienced engineer, since the beginning of his journey in the year 2000, the old pupil of LEA Tudunwada, which now renamed Baba Ahmed LEA, his workshop not only produced doors and gates, but also playing facilities for schools, battery cages for poultry, boreholes machines, compressed soil breaks machines, scissors lift machines, among others.
This is one of the machines fabricated in this place. Its name is hollow decking block machine. And this is the block which is done with this machine.
Despite the workshop being less than 2 years old, but can handle more than 10 apprentices who are always committed to supporting the activities of the young professor's inventions at all costs.
And technical work like welding work, fenter.
For him being a professor in electrical engineering and also adopting another professionality in the welding, I found it very easy to give him work, because he was able to extrapolate the design and put it into implementation with.
Lack of interference with his official duties could not come as a surprise, as normal activities received no interruption with his non-academic duties within the institutions, while he also obtained all of his careers.
He knows his work. He's an expert in his area. That's electronics engineering. Very nice person. He's very understanding.
You see him all the time, he laughs. In fact, it's a sort of encouragement to read the younger ones. I think he is my supervisor I've worked with him as a colleague.
The 14-year-old Professor Kabir Ahmed, who backed his second-class honor in the year 2006, says the business is lucrative.
People who knows me, who know my dignity, my position, and they love what I'm doing. Whenever they see somebody trying to give a job somewhere, they'll say, no, my teacher is doing it. They will bring it to me.
Like every business-oriented person, the dream of the husband of one wife and the father of 5 children is to come up with a factory that can produce several machines and patronage from all over the world.
This is a sure way of giving back to society, and it should be emulated. The festive atmosphere that heralds Christmas is usually one of the highlights of the season. It is characterized by offices wrapping up for the year, people shopping for gifts, food items, and new clothes, particularly for the kids, who are often excited about what their parents have in store for them and the holiday season. Lately, however, it seems some of these activities are not in the front burner. So Larry Bilay went around the Lagos metropolis to ask Nigerians if Christmas is still Christmas for them.
With the carols in the hair and lips of everyone, the urge for memorable Christmas could be overwhelmingly joyful as families race against time and budgets for the celebration. The streets are usually alive, drawing inspiration from colorful decorations and well-wishers, complementing fruitful relationships with hampers and gifts. Nature is usually the most friendly, sending waves of cool breeze that surely attest it is Christmas season. Lately, it seems these fever-pitch preparations are missing, as observed on some streets in Lagos.
When I was growing up, this festive period, the anticipation, the ecstasis, my God, you can't compare it with what we have in the present state of affairs now.
Iboro Joseph recalls growing up during Christmas. He compared it to now and admitted there is a difference. His is not the only impression.
For me, I'll take my children out. I'll do what I can. Gone are the days where, it's compulsory, you must get them new wears, These days, you have to school them, let them know that the economy is a bit harsh. You can take them out for fun, go to the beach, catch fun together.
Our father makes it a point of duty to buy Christmas clothes for us every Christmas. But when we get, now I'm old, I have my own children now. I don't even buy Christmas clothes. So, things have changed, really. Thank you.
Everyone I talked to were convinced that it is one of the post-COVID-19 pandemic realities, coupled with the fragile state of the nation's economy.
We are still hoping on God that something good will come out.
Despite these developments, some Nigerians still believed that Christmas is still a special time for them, even if the preparatory bustle is no longer there.
It has not removed the fact that it's a time of joy, it's a time of gratitude to God, so it still remains the same.
There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toast.
Jennifer, is it any different for you?
Okay, this is Lizzie, but I think we are also busy nowadays with things, school fees, work and all that, but Christmas is Christmas, we will always celebrate. After working throughout the year to provide healthy and innovative household brands to impact the lives of its consumers, PZ Wilma, manufacturer of Devon King's Oil, brought together families and friends in an informal atmosphere to celebrate achievements. Lynn Lenike was at the company's colorful family Christmas festival. She brings us details.
That was how it went at the King's Fest at Ikeja Mall as children and their parents converged to experience Yellow Christmas, courtesy Devon's Kings. Guests were treated to a variety of nourishing drinks and foods prepared with the healthy and nutritious groundnut oil.
I've been using Devon Kings personally for like 5 years.
But again, it's a brand I've always known ever since I was a child, you know. It's a family brand passed on from generations to generations. I saw my mother using it, and then now I'm a proud consumer of the brand.
There were lots of fun activities to the delight of children and their parents.
I want to say thank you to Devon King first for giving us the opportunity to play, relax after school.
I am to celebrate Christmas with Devon King, and I want to play basketball and slide.
As a tradition of rewarding consumers with PZ Welma array of products, the management says consistency and sustainability remain their watchword.
Devon Kings as a brand is really about providing bonding moments for families, and we know that meal times are really, times when people can, come together, eat, bond, just make memories. And as a brand, we have called our consumers together at this fest to enjoy themselves with their families.
We've been doing some of our consumer promotions over the period of the year, but I mean, this time is such a wonderful time of the year. It's like the peak of the year, and we cannot but just celebrate our loyal customers.
The party, sponsored by companies and brands, also complemented Devon King's Fest by ensuring that guests smiled home with mouth-watering gifts. With decades of manufacturing healthy and nutritious edible cooking oil, Devon King believes strongly in giving back to the society.
Thank you, Lynn. Still on Christmas celebration, when you think of cultural and traditional displays, what readily comes to mind is a typical rural setting where the dwellers sit under the moonlight to pass on treasured values to the younger generation. This visual reality, which seems to be gradually fading, is being awakened by a typical village square with all its traditional elements now sit in the heart of a city. Clement Bariku tells us the story of the 2023 Christmas village in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, where culture and its norms are critical components.
Another Christmas season, and residents of Uyo are in the mood for the celebration, thanks to the yearly Christmas village set up by the state government. For 2023 edition, it has gone beyond sitting in dazzling red, blue and green Christmas lights to savor the mouth-watering cuisines that the village offers. Those who are not regular visitors to their villages now have their communities come to them in the city with all the cultural heritage it offers. This is not a shrine, but a stand belonging to the Council for Arts and Culture.
This is the village square. That stand you're seeing is going to host Mbok, the traditional wrestling. We are going to have the draft competition. We are going to have what we call the Nsai song. We are going to have Ekak.
Every day, a local government area in the state is given opportunity to showcase its customs, traditions and values, and these will continue till January 2nd, 2024.
We are now doing urban migration into the rural villages, so to make sure that our culture, beyond being preserved, is also seen. Because most of the masquerade that have been on display in a few days have not been seen by the children.
The new concept introduced to it is what amazes me. And then the local flavor attached to it, which if you see different local government displaying their cultural dances and then their cuisines and everything.
We have the Igbo masquerade. That's the dominant culture. But we decided to not to bring that very one. Some could be very violent.
Since I came in here, it's been peaceful, the hospitality, everything has been amazing.
As each day passes, the Christmas celebration is heightened here, and the village in town remains open to visitors.
Well, the concept is beautiful. People entertaining themselves and still transferring culture are very important. Time to take some messages, more features when we return to stay. Welcome back. Reported cases of missing children have become rampant in Abuja State in the past few weeks. The most recent is the disappearance of 18-month-old baby Mnasinachi Purity Chinenye at an Anglican church in Aba. Mother of the baby, still traumatized by the incident, is worried that for some days now no lead has been provided. Despite police involvement in the case, Neka Ono lays bare the facts.
Sunday was like any other day of worship until the family of Mr. and Mrs. Chinenye Sunday raised an alarm over the mysterious disappearance of their toddler, who was in company of other children in the church auditorium after service.
I was like, okay, my daughter is safe as long as the teacher is carrying her. As I concentrate on the meeting, after a while, I looked to that direction again. I couldn't find the teacher nor my daughter. Immediately I didn't see them. So I stand up from my chair and went there that other children are. I looked for my daughter. I couldn't see her.
When all efforts at locating the child proved abortive, the Sunday school teacher Richelma, who was last seen with her, was arrested as the prime suspect. She is helping the police in their investigation, though she still maintains her innocence. The curator of the church, Reverend Remy Asowa, who expressed sadness over the incident, says he is assisting the family in the search, while all-round prayer is being held for the recovery of the baby and the church worker in detention.
When I got information, that was around 4 o'clock. My vicar informed me. Then the church called for prayers immediately. We prayed and then sent people out for search, and then reported to the police, and we started making some calls.
As at the time of filing this report, the Abia State Police Public Relations Officer is yet to give an update on the incident, which brings to 5 the official number of children that have gone missing in the state in the last 1 month. While the church is praying for a miracle, the police, with the assistance of the suspect, is scaling up their investigation.
We pray baby Purity is found soonest and parents be very alert this season. As the family of the 43-year-old footballer killed by a trigger-happy cop recently in Kano grapples with grief while awaiting justice, another tragedy has struck a nearby community in the city. Fire disaster claimed the lives of 3 young siblings and their mother in a mysterious circumstance while they were asleep. Fatima Sanusi Karaye visited their community.
This is 6-year-old Mohammed, son of the 43-year-old footballer who was shot and killed by a police sergeant on 20th November 2023 at around 9 p.m. Salisu, the footballer, spent his early years playing for local clubs in Kano. His friends described him as a peace-loving fella who was loved by many. On that ill-fated day, he went about his business without any premonition of a fatal encounter that will bring his life to an end.
We are always together. He was my best friend. Even on that fateful day, we were together after prayers. Then I left him to meet up later. Then I had gunshots.
According to eyewitness account, Salisu Player came out of his house when he heard a commotion between 2 rival groups passing through his community. As he walked towards his friend's store, he noticed a group of people in mufti carrying rakes, shovels, sticks, among other things, coming towards his direction. The alleged killer sergeant, who was also in mufti, fired 2 shots towards the unassuming bystanders, hitting one on the thigh, brushed one on the hand, and fatally hitting Salisu Player on the chest, contrary to the earlier report that he was shot on the neck.
We saw a group of people carrying all sorts of local weapons, not knowing who they were. Then we recognized a police officer among them trying to shoot at us. I started shouting, "Don't shoot." "Don't shoot," but he went ahead and fired 2 shots, hitting Salisu player, who was just standing defenseless.
He took his last breath laying on the roadside, few meters away from his home. Holding his blood-stained clothes in anguish, his mother decried rampant cases of police brutality.
My brother has no enemy. This policeman has cheated us. Just like that, he killed him in cold blood.
Commissioner of Police Kano Command strongly condemned the shootings.
What circumstance led him even to that place? Why was he armed? Since he was immobed, he was only directed by his commander, the DPO, to go there and assess the situation upon a receipt of a distress call.
While the 6-year-old boy was pathetically orphaned by a trigger-happy cop and now left to cry for justice, these 3 siblings will never have the chance to be heard. Just about the same time Salisu, the player, lay in the pool of his blood, their tragedy was that of fire disaster that engulfed their house while they were asleep.
I don't know what really happened because I've been away, but I've spoke to my wife at 10 p.m. and there was no light then, so I'm suspecting high voltage caused the fire.
The 3 siblings and their mother were killed in the fire. For these 2 families, life may never be the same again, as the people they loved and cherished have now become memories.
So sad. There must be justice. Imagine a leader who, rather than give excuses for not delivering what is expected of him, produce miraculous outcomes. In addition to his unique passion for sustainable development, his unyielding, conquering spirit propels him to remain a pace-setter. Even the president has saluted his uncommon courage. Well, you will not hold your breath any longer. Mohammed Goni has some compelling ambience on what makes this leader thick.
Professor Babagana Umar Zulum solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance.
With this solemn anthem, the deal was sealed. Borno State handed over to an assertive struggler that was in a haste and desperate to reshape the destiny of his people that were beset with a long dark era of insurgency.
I believe in the future, and I certainly believe in our capacities to rise from the ashes of despair to the warm sunshine of tranquility.
The journey to Borno revival by this servant leader began a day after his oath taking with unscheduled trip to local government areas for on-the-spot assessment of public facilities. He opted to see firsthand, not through the piles, challenges and hurdles that stood on the way to peace building and restoration of livelihoods of millions of displaced citizens across the state. His solutions are mostly practical, decisive and honest.
He sent his deputy for on-the-spot assessment challenges confronting us. A week after construction of this school started, was completed within a short time.
Zulum is a governor on the move, crisscrossing difficult and hard-to-reach terrains, defying the oath so that displaced citizens who lost means of livelihood to the hostilities of Boko Haram insurgents shall once more breathe.
This will open up economic opportunities to many Nigerians and will also enhance trading.
2 incidences of his close encounter with deadly attacks during the settlement of Baga town did not fracture his unyielding spirit. Thanks to his uncommon courage, more communities have been rescued from agony and hopelessness. The Zulum practical leadership model leaves no vacuum to be filled by laxity and indolence by public servants. It scales up commitment and productivity.
This administration is after who does what. You need to have what? Result.
He's a goal-getter. He is ambitious. And at the same time, during his school days, we even call him professor before he become professor, because whatever he targets, he goes for it.
In spite of close collaboration with the security forces through logistics and moral support, Governor Zulum doesn't shy away from speaking his mind when the right thing is not done.
So I think there's need for us to take the courage and take the battle to the field. That's my only advice. But I think for you, I sincerely appreciate all what you are doing.
Let's put our heads together to see the end of this madness.
When it comes to general national issues, Zulum distinguishes himself in proactive responses that are prompt, qualitative and quantitative to the conviction and admiration of the society.
Professor Babagana Zulum, I must salute you for the job you are doing for the state. I pay attention to some of your documentaries, and it's a young man's job. And since you are a commissioner, from commissioner become a governor, you have dedicated yourself to the principle of good governance.
Thank you, Mohammed. His dedication to service is actually worth emulating. Jama'a Emirate of Jama'a local government area of Kaduna State, just like many other emirates in the country, is endowed with enviable history and cultural heritage. These are often showcased at special cultural events. The 25th anniversary on the throne by the Emir of Jama'a, Muhammadu Isa Muhammadu II, provided another platform. Ben Mitsu was there. Ben, let's have all the interesting details.
With the usual paraphernalia associated with royalty, so was the palace of the Emir of Jama'a Emirate Council, Kafanchar. In an event of this nature, speeches are not lacking, as His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto and other guests commended the leadership style of the Emir, whom they described as a leader who has distinguished himself in community development, peace building, and building bridges among the various ethnic groups in the locality. They urged the people to continue to see themselves as one despite their religious and tribal differences.
Peace has run away from Kaduna, traveling Kaduna for so many years. I don't know why. Let's sit together, let's find out the problems, let's all be honest with one another, face the problems squarely.
As we celebrate our brother and colleague, I urge our people to continue to unite and as well promote peace.
We will have challenges, but we are one country, we are one people. We should never allow anybody or anything to divide us.
Born in 1970, Alhaji Isa ascended the throne in 1998 as the 11th Emir of Jama'a. His reign in the last 25 years, as testified by many, has brought peace, unity and prosperity to the emirate. The monarch, who was full of joy for the milestone, said the journey has been a tumultuous one, but with lots of achievements in human capital development. Despite the odds, we have made so much progress in closing religious and tribal gaps among our people. Highlights of the event was the presentation of awards to some personalities who have contributed immensely to the growth and development of the emirate at different times.
Congratulations to the Emir. Time to pay more bills, but when we return, more on our social diaries. We will be talking love and achievements. You're still watching Newsline on NTA. Honor, they say, is given to whom it is due. The case of Professor Mohammed Raji Mahmood, whose friends deemed it fit to recognize him for his outstanding qualities and attainment of the highest position in the medical field. Deborah Balabubu brings us the story.
In his early days as a young neurosurgeon, he was at one time the president of World Young Neurosurgeons. I think that one deserves an apology.
That was just the tip of the iceberg of what distinguishes the person of Professor Mohammed Raji Mahmood. The 14th Committee of Friends, led by Usman Farouk Tarfa, describe their friend as one with a noble and kind heart who cherishes relationships and in one way or the other has impacted positively on every life that came in contact with him.
And we decided to organize a befitting reception to showcase one of us.
We're going to celebrate you, inshallah. We pray for you to succeed, inshallah, during your tenure. Thank you so much. May God bless you.
Dignitaries who graced the event gave their best wishes and piece of advice, especially with the new appointment as the Chief Medical Director, CEO, National Hospital, Abuja.
What he needs at this critical moment are 2 or 3 things. Number 1, honest advice and guidance. Number 2, prayers. Number 3, support whenever he needs it, due to the challenges of the office, to show that he is not alone. Many are with him.
National Hospital staff, you haven't seen anything yet. Under the auspices of my brother, you are going to witness a lot of progress.
I would like to wish you all the best, and I pray that the time will come where we will all gather again to celebrate after a successful tenure.
Professor Raji, for what he's achieved, not as CMD of the National Staff, but as Professor of Neurosurgery in Nigeria.
So I believe with the new leadership in the Ministry of Health, you will begin a conversation as to redefining and reorganizing the hospital back to the status that is deserving of it.
The celebrant, Professor Mohammed Raji Mahmood, appreciated all for the recognition.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The cozy event climaxed with a dinner and social interaction. To love stories. Marriages in Yoruba land is naturally a festival, but when a first-class king is involved, it is a different ballgame of glitz and glamour. It is the story of the ancient city of Ofa from Thursday to Saturday, when Prince Mohammed Badamose, son of the Olofa of Ofa, chose Aisha Shitu as wife. It was a gathering of kings and the powerful. Shola Wahid was at the royal wedding and now reports.
The royal wedding took 3 days. It began with an engagement ceremony in Ofa, where the royal family of Badamasi asked for the hands of Aisha in marriage in the presence of all. Recitation from the Quran kickstarted the Nikah ceremony, where the charismatic chief imam of Ofa, Muhyiddin Hussaini, was in charge. His models about the growth of love as a deliberate act in the family was educative, not only for the couple, but everyone. Imam Hussaini encouraged Prince Muhammad to shelter royalty and build his home according to the tenets of Islam. The chief imam thereafter joined Muhammad and Aisha as husband and wife after the presentation of the bride price to the admiration of all. The arrival of the couple to the reception brought the all to ecstasy as the new husband and wife danced through the admiring guests. Guests were later treated to a sumptuous meal as there were lots to eat and drink. The chairman at the reception and former Senate President, Senator Bukola Saraki, and the Deputy Governor of Kwara State, Kayode Alabi, encouraged the couple to shun all acts capable of destroying their home. For the excited Olofa of Ofa, Oba Mufta Gbadamosi Isuwoye II, the wedding couldn't have come at a better time.
She has to be patient, the husband has to be patient and stay cool. I advise them, not only them, for all women, not to make friends that will scatter their house.
What I'll just tell the couple is patience, because if there's no patience, there's no marriage that can work.
They should be tolerant. They should tolerate each other.
Don't let them allow anybody to come inside and disturb their life.
I just require love and support like anybody would. So yeah, love and support.
It's calmness, intelligence and support.
Some of the invited guests also advised and prayed for the latest couple in town.
I want to pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them good health, give them prosperity, give them the wisdom to carry on the business of marriage.
I would advise the wife to always be respectful
and to the husband, and the husband definitely will give her love back.
They should make sure that whatever happens within them, they should not have any intermediary.
All I can wish them as a foundation is God's blessings.
They should put fear of God in anything they do.
The wedding ceremony will no doubt remain the talk of the town for years to come.
We wish the couple a blissful marriage. Now let's take our last round of commercials. Newsline will be right back. Glad to know you're still there. More on weddings. Happy is the person. Okay, family, friends and associates of former Zonal Director Enugu Network Center, Dr. Lay Nordi, converged on Abuja to witness a lifetime decision taken by his daughter Favor as she ties the knot with her best friend Lucky Ogbogu at the Living Faith Church, Jikoi, Abuja. Here are the colorful ceremony, sights and sounds of the ceremony. A wedding day is one of the most important days of a man or woman. This day is significant because 2 years ago, Lucky met the jewel of the Nordi family, and since then he has not been able to resist. So he popped the question, and Favor could not say no.
Blessed shall that be the city, and blessed shall that be in the field.
Pastor Israel Olajumoke in his sermon reiterated the need for the couple to love unconditionally with respect. To officially seal the solemnization, the couple signed the dotted lines, after which they joined their families in thanksgiving. Of course, the razzmatazz of a wedding would not be complete without sumptuous meals, drinks and good music, of which the DJ showed his skills. Aside the entertainment, parents and friends gave tips for blissful and long-lasting marriage.
Blessings in the family, fruitfulness and help from God. That's my desire for them.
Both of them must be fruitful because their marriage is on the foundation of God.
Don't report your matters to your families. Resolve it yourself.
I wish his union a very happy one, filled with love, tolerance.
May they succeed. May the marriage be blissful.
For the lovers, their meeting, they say, is divine.
He's caring, he's a very nice person, he's also God-fearing.
She was well raised. It's easy to know. She's a good girl.
The cutting of the cake was part of the memorable event. And that's the love story of the lovebirds from the Niger Delta region. We wish them all the best. Call it a dream come true for Michelle Adeshola and Benjamin Orimolade, and you would not be mistaken, as the two lovebirds transcends from what seemed to be a seamless friendship into a lifelong union. The permanent secretary of the Federal Capital Territory Administration and bride's father felt fulfilled to see his daughter step into the threshold of matrimony according to the scriptural injunction of the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witness. Ngozi Teknikio brings us the sights and sounds of that memorable event.
That exchange of marital vows in the presence of their parents, family members and friends marked the beginning of a lifelong journey. Mitchell happily migrated from Adeshola to Benjamin Orimolade.
To be my wedded wife.
To be my wedded wife.
To love. And to cherish. Benjamin Orimolade. To be my wedded husband.
In his words of exhortation, Brother Emmanuel Anumodu encouraged Mitchell and Benjamin to hold on to the originator of marriage, Jehovah God.
Both of them have strong love for Jehovah, put Jehovah first in their marriage by doing his will as a couple.
You had a daughter, you raise her, and she gets to the age of marriage. He said, and married to also a responsible son. It's a thing of joy.
My prayer is that they realize God's purpose for marriage.
My lovely son married today. That is why I'm very happy.
They will try to be one, according to what the Bible said.
Preceding the glamorous entry of the bride and groom into the reception arena are those of both parents.
Mama, you don't make me fall.
I'm a very happy man because today I'm joined with the love of my life and we are starting a new beginning and for eternity.
Like showers of blessings, best wishes poured in for the couple from well-wishers.
I pray that their union will be blessed with children.
My prayers to them will be that they should emulate their parents.
I wish the couple a happy married life.
To dance with my father
Still talking weddings, happy is the person who finds a true friend, and far happier are those who find that true friendship in their spouse. That was the mood as family, friends and well-wishers gathered to witness the wedding of Abdullahi Muhammad Kuru and his beautiful bride Iman Nasir Zahraddin, a daughter to a renowned journalist and former special advisor to former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
Many family, friends and well-wishers converge on Al-Furqan Mosque, Kano State, for the wedding Fatiha between Iman Nasir Zahraddin and Abdullahi Muhammad Kuru. The bride, Iman Nasir Zahraddin, is the daughter of veteran journalist Nasir Zahraddin, while the groom is the son of Alhaji Muhammad Kuru and a very successful businessman. Highlights of the event include wedding solemnization, which has in attendance different personalities from across the country. The wedding solemnization featured payment of 12 gold coins as dowry and a special prayer.
The bridegroom happy married life, inshallah, and we hope that they will have a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Very comforted with the level of training that they have gotten. Therefore, all what they need to do is to keep to that training given to them.
We congratulate them and advise them to live peacefully with their partners.
This followed a reception where guests were treated to sumptuous meals. Later that evening, a wedding dinner was organized and the event has in attendance the Deputy Governor of Kebbi State, Umar Abubakar Tafida, and Muhammad Labu, the former Executive Director, News Nigerian Television Authority, among many others.
Pray for them, for Allah to give the groom the strength, the capacity and the ability to take care of his wife.
Advise them to be patient with one another. Marriage is all about patience.
Marriage is a team effort. Be patient, be understanding, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
The high point of the event was the arrival of the couple amidst magnificent fireworks. Intense dancing and merrymaking continues afterwards as the couple dance graciously while family and friends took turn to hit the dance floor.
May they remain in love. And that's Newsnight today. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Elizabeth Omori.